What's up, viewers, subscribers, and agents alike? This your boy Enlightened Luciferian Prince coming at y'all once again. Recently, I had to deal with some current issues of family, whatever case may be. Yada yada yada. It is what it is. Don't need to explain it. Explained it already. It's what it is. Shout out to my homeboy George T. You know who you are. I appreciate you, bro. You came through in the time of need, man. Much appreciated, bro. You know what it is. We've been rocking with each other for years. You straight. You already know what it is. You're a loyal one. You good. You good people. The reason why I deleted my last upload was not because of what was actually said in the upload. It's what I will say. It wasn't long enough. And I will say, with all this political drama going on right now, y'all, I will say this in my own honest observation and research and so forth. Three things, I should say. Number one, don't get caught up in the drama. Don't get caught up in the hype. Just because purportedly Trump's out of office doesn't mean things are going to get better. So don't get caught up on that we won ideology. That don't mean that you're still in cahoots with the system. The system don't give a fuck about you. You know what I'm saying? Pardon my language if you watch this around children. But they don't care. You know, so a lot of people get caught up in these political hypes thinking that because one evil is actually traded for another evil, things are going to get better. Stay out of that. Number two, protect yourself and your family by all means necessary. Now, I know that there's a lot of people out here in the political frenzy because they think that, you know, things are going to gradually get better or whatever the case may be and whatever, or things are going to get worse and whatever. Listen, those of us who've been doing our research and actually been following these things for quite a while, we know better. Things are not going to get better. Things are only getting gradually worse. So whatever the face meets the case doesn't mean any difference. They're going to sell you some dreams. They're going to sell you some policies that, unfortunately, because you don't know legalese, you're going to buy into anyway. Don't believe the hype. And third, mind your motherfucking business. In short, you know, let them people go out there and have a frenzy and believe in the distraction. It is what it is. Let them believe whatever they want. But for those people who are very attentive about what's going on, you know, in the political spectrum, trust me, it wouldn't matter anyway. You have to fight your own battle in this whole scenario when you in Mystery Babylon. And you better get real with it. Or else somebody else is going to dictate your future. Now, in my last upload, somebody made a comment about, quote, I deleted the video so the comment disappeared, but you know who you are. You probably still watch this channel. Well, I already know. I'm not dumb. One thing about Lord Light Luciferian Prince. I'm not a racist. I'm real. So let's get that straight. And secondly, most of the stuff that I say in my videos, I really don't even have to explain to you because you ain't my fucking parent or at all. And I'm a grown-ass man. I can say what the fuck I want. But at the same token, most of it is said in a satirical manner anyway. You know, I said it in previous videos before. I don't give a fuck what color you are. I don't care what color you are. I don't give a fuck about your nationality, your origin, your status. I don't care about none of that. But what I will say is this. When it comes down to topics that have to deal with real issues, oh, you better get ready to deal with that heat. Because if you ain't ready to deal with that heat, take your punk ass over there to one of them little soft shell corners and go deal with one of them little sugarcoating bitches. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not one of them. I'm a grown-ass motherfucking man, and I'm going to say whatever the fuck I want to say on this channel. If you want to unsubscribe, I wouldn't give a fuck less. I feel some days the less subscribers I have, the better. Straight. That means that there's one less punk bitch in this world that I don't have to actually worry about appeasing, because I don't please men. That's what prostitutes do. I don't do that. On my channel, you're going to get the hardcore facts, whether you like it or not. If you don't like what I have to say on my channel, I said it before. I don't care. But that doesn't allow me to sit here and goddamn curtail my appetite because your displeasure. Man, fuck you. You want it your way? Take your punk ass to Burger King. Other than that, I'm not going to delve on that issue no more. But what I want to concentrate on, people, is a carefully manipulated plan that is going on right now that we have to actually be aware of that this has actually been taking place for a very long time. What we don't understand is what's called sequential history. It's something that has never been taught in school, has never been taught in colleges or university, has never been taught in any public institution, has never been taught in any church, but has only had to been researched by people who are autodidactic. For those people who don't know what that means self-taught. So the sequence of events that we're dealing with today is not an accident. This is not an accident. And all you people that's sitting out there voting for Kamala Harris, remember in the primaries, Joe Biden and her were worse than fucking enemies. And now all of a sudden, they're friends. This just shows you the depth and the manipulation of the quote-unquote political mentality that they're actually sitting here trying to foist upon you. So don't get caught in the hype. You better understand, you have a common enemy out there. You have no friends. You have none. And those who believe that they do, more power to you. Tell me how it turns out for you. Straight up. Tell me how it turns out for you. Because I already know how it's going to turn out. Believe what you will. It is what it is. But on this channel, you get the statistics and the ballistics. Let's roll. We control the press. Not a single announcement will reach the public without our control. Even now, it is already being attained by us inasmuch as all the news items are received by few agencies, in whose offices they are focused from all parts of the world. These agencies will then be given already entirely ours and will give public publicity only to what we dictate to them. If already now we have contrived to possess ourselves the minds of the Goy, which is basically the communities of people who they don't consider themselves, to such an extent, they all will come near looking upon the events of the world through the colored glasses of those spectacles we are sitting astride their noses. If already now there is not a single state where there exists for us any barriers of admittance into what the Goy stupidity calls state secrets, what will our positions be then? When we shall be acknowledged supreme lords of the world in the person of our King of all the world. That's the Antichrist figure y'all better watch out for. Those of y'all spiritual, not scriptural, but spiritual. Because they're going to point somebody to be the fall guy. Because guess what? One man can't have all that power. But all the kings of the earth, according to Revelation, will give their power to the beast for 1 hour. Let us turn again to the future of the printing press. Everyone desirous of being a publisher, librarian, or printer will be obliged to provide himself with the diploma instituted therefor, which, in case of any fault, will be immediately impounded. With such measures, the instrument of thought will become an educative means in the hands of our government, which will no longer allow the mass of the nation to be led astray in byways and fantasies about the blessings of progress, which you're literally under the guise of right now. Is there any one of us who does not know that these phantom blessings are the direct roads to foolish imaginings which give birth to anarchical relations of men amongst themselves and toward authority, because progress, or rather the idea of progress, has introduced the conception of every kind of emancipation, but has failed to establish its limits. All the so-called liberals are anarchists, if not in fact, at any rate, in thought. Every one of them, in hunting at the phantoms of freedom, are falling exclusively into license, that is, into anarchy of protest for the sake of protest. Now you see why these dumbass motherfuckers actually, quote-unquote, stormed the Capitol. Majority of the motherfuckers work for the government, people. Period. Majority of them. And majority of them that actually counter-protested in regards to that actually were family members of the government. So these are people who are closely tied in. Don't think that was just regular people that was actually doing that, y'all. Please don't believe that shit. Please do not. If you do, it's your choice. It is what it is. Here we go. Free press destroyed. We turn to the periodical press. We shall impose upon it on all printed matter stamp taxes per sheet, and deposits of caution. Money in books of less than 30 sheets they'll pay double. We shall reckon them as pamphlets in order, on one hand, to reduce the number of magazines, which are the worst form of printed poison, and, on the other, in order that this measure may force writers into such lengthy productions that they will be little read, especially as they will be costly to those masses of people who literally read. At the same time, what we shall publish ourselves to influence mental development in the direction laid down from our prophets will be cheap and will be read voraciously. The tax will bring vapid literary ambitions within the bounds and the liability to the penalties which makes literary men dependent upon us. And if there should be any found who are desirous of writing against us, they will not find any person eager to print their productions. In print, the publisher or printer will have to apply to the authorities for permission to do so. Thus we shall know beforehand of all the tricks preparing against us and shall nullify them by getting ahead with the explanation on the subject thus treated thereof. Literary knowledge and journalism are two of the most important educative forces, and therefore our government will become proprietor of the majority of journals. This will neutralize the injurious influence of the privately owned press and will put us in possession of a tremendous influence upon the public mind. If we give permits for 10 journals, we shall ourselves find 30, and so on in the same proportion. This, however, must in no wise be suspected by the public, for which, in reason, all journals published by us will give us the most opposite, in appearance, tendencies and opinions, thereby creating confidence in us and bringing over to us quite unsuspicious opponents, who will thus fall into our trap and be rendered harmless. In the front rank will stand organs of an official character. You Joe Biden. They will always stand guard over our interests, and therefore their influence will be comparatively insignificant. In the second rank will be the semi-official organs. Those who impart, it will be to attack the tepid and the indifferent. In the third rank, we should set up our own, to all appearance, opposition, which, in at least one of its organs, will present what looks like the very antipodes to us. Our real opponents at heart will accept a simulated opposition as their own and will show us their cards. Only lies printed. Methods of organization like these, imperceptible to the public eye but absolutely sure, are the best calculated to succeed in bringing the attention and the confidence of the public to our side of our government. Thanks to such methods, we shall be in position, as from time to time may be required, to excite or tranquilize the public mind on political questions, to persuade or to confuse, printing now truth, now lies, facts on their contradictions according to as they may well been received or ill perceived, always very cautiously feeling our ground before stepping upon it. We shall have a sure triumph over the opponents, since they will not have at their dispositions organs of the press in which they can give full and final expression to their views. Emphasis added on that one. Owing to the aforesaid methods of dealing with the press, we shall not even need to refute them, except superficially. I'll stop there. See, because I can't go too much further with that instance, because it's too much heat for certain people right now. Because I know that the mental fragility of the people of this country right now, I'm not saying y'all people that are viewing, I'm saying of the country right now, it's too much for people to accept. These people have the political mind and the actual socio-economic mind of the masses of people in a fucking basket. And they're going to take it wherever they want to go in the next few years. See, I already know what's going on. So, I'm not the be-all end-all, but I'm very aware. My Thursdays are always open to this bullshit. You know what I'm saying? I call it bullshit on every angle. It's what it is. It is what it is. So people, whether you wish to acknowledge it or not, it's your choice. It's your opinion. It's your choice. It's your opinion. Now, notice what I just said. I said two words at the same token. It's your choice and your opinion to do what you need to do in your own political destiny, as far as your own self-determining destiny or someone else determining your destiny. That's your choice. But what I will say is on my channel, I'm a motherfucking bull. I'm a motherfucking black rattlesnake. You know what I'm saying? I am going to sit here and do what I need to do in order to inform you properly about what the fuck is getting ready to happen in the next few years, because it's already been taking place. What's the difference between 2016 and 2020? Nothing. You've just been exposed to a lot more that's been going on. But trust me, as you sleep, the enemy doesn't. So while you in bed, all comfortable, all quarantined, these people are up way earlier than you actually get up at any time of the day and are sitting here methodically working on a way to fuck you up. And part of my language if you're around children, because my videos are not recommended for children under 18. So, yeah. But if that's the choice you want to make, sleep on, keep on dreaming, dreamer. Keep on dreaming, dreamer, because guess what? Nothing comes to a sleeper but dreams. That's all you're ever going to get. Sad thing is, they're driving most people, literally, in the mass, or I should say in mass, into states of depression. Ask the average person that you know in your personal life, when the last time you've been outside to really get some fresh air to go outside? You're afraid to go outside. They place fear in your heart for you to go outside. Coronavirus. Well, if ain't nobody outside, what the fuck you got to worry about? Why you don't go outside? Because they have you under a state of imposed mental control. They have you under a state of mental control. That's a slave. Do this, do that. That's what slaves do. Fuck that. Take your ass outside, get some fresh air. Go outside, get some sunlight. Nope. CDC said we can't go outside. We're supposed to socially distance. Again, if ain't nobody outside, or for those who like to be politically correct, if isn't anyone outside, what's the problem? I say it time and time again. People want a public pimp. Sad part is that there's a lot of people that view these channels. I want to be pimped for the next 4 years. Get ready to embrace higher taxes, harsher penalties for violating the law system, and get ready for all-encompassing control. Because as much shit as they boister in this country, as much shit as they sit here and boister this country, seriously, this is the land of the free and the home of the brave. But at every angle, you'll turn over a couple freedoms just because you got a little scared. What? So you'll sit here and parrot about all these wars and all this shit that you took on, all these countries you took on, all this shit you done did over these baby years that this country's been alive, because it's not an empire, it's fuck country, it's fuck corporation. Only has to renew itself every so few years to its creditors that actually reside in the city of London. But that's another video for another discussion. But you sit here and wear this band on your shoulders, but for some reason, this generation that we live in right now, it's a lot of fuck punk bitches. Serious. But people get afraid. That's the sad part. Because I said it in my previous video. Fear paralyzes initiative. That's what it does. It makes you paralyzed. I don't want to do it because I'm afraid. Well, part of my language, if you're sitting around kids, and this is not to anybody particularly, for people get butthurt about what I'm getting ready to say. Stop being a fucking coward. Stop being a coward. What do you have to gain as opposed to what do you have to lose? Because if you look at your losses as opposed to your gains, I think the L scale on many people's level is kind of high. If you ain't willing to fight for your motherfucking freedom as far as your own personal liberality, I ain't talking about that freedom, that illusionary sense. I'm talking about your own personal volition to do what you want to do. You don't deserve it. You don't deserve it. Period. I'll tell you that right now. You know, only this shit is for the willing. And stop being some bitches. You got to realize that, you know, they direct their energy to soft target, ignorant people. You know, they don't sit here and oppose anybody that knows exactly what they're talking about. They don't do that. They don't. Now, all they're going to sit here and do is try to shy, deny, or try to put a little agent, a little bot on you. But you know what? I'm agent resistant. Because whatever you would try to say that I do, or whatever the case may be, you might have a variance about what I do say on my airwaves, it's my fucking channel. Now, YouTube can shut it down, but it's my content. Period. You know? People might not like that. Trust me. I don't sit here and parrot about UCC ones and bonds and all that shit on my channel. I talk about real deal issues. All of that stuff is for them people that want to keep y'all mechanized. It's all about the paperwork. It's all about... No, it's not. It's about education. It's about real knowledge. Real education. Real economics. Real mathematics. The shit that's real. Sad part is, it's a lot of y'all that watch this channel that don't even really want to acknowledge that. You'll take an enemy as your fucking friend and discard me as an enemy, even though you taking on the enemy to yourself. Which is fine, because hell, it makes my life stress-free. My life's great. I am good. I don't need to discuss what goes on personally in my life because it ain't none of your fucking business. But I will tell you this much. I don't stress. I sleep good every night. Every night. No worries, no stresses, no cares. Trust me. But y'all keep going there and listen to that line. Y'all gonna find out. Y'all gonna start deteriorating in no time. A lot of y'all, I give you by the end of this year, universe willing, don't wish death on nobody, but a lot of y'all gonna start looking 10 years older by December next year. Serious. You know? It is what it is. It's Lord Light Luciferian Prince, 5.4. Get ready to up excel to 6.2 because I'm about to kick it in a higher gear. It is what it is. For all of those who wish to fall off, so what? So be it. Unsubscribe. See, I don't tell you to subscribe. If you want to subscribe, it's perfectly fine. But all the haters, all the goddamn people that want to sit here and be negative, unsubscribe. I could do without you. Trust me. I could do without you. And as long as I have that energy rolling, I ain't got to worry about it because I'm not naive. I don't believe everybody that subscribes to this channel is on my side. I'm not stupid. I'm conscious and hyper conscious about what's going on, but I'm not dumb. Numbers don't fool me. Numbers can be manipulated. Trust me. Remember that. If this is your first time viewing this channel, like I said before, you like the content, it is what it is. You don't like the content, unsubscribe. Don't care. Peace. Light. Love to all y'all. Y'all be safe out here. Those who are conscious about it. Any comments, please, like I said before, if you want to spew rhetoric, keep it to your fucking self. If you don't like what I have to say, start your own channel. It is what it is. I don't give a fuck. But as far as the people who actually want to inquire about things, let me tell you something. If you do send me an email sometime this weekend, I am not going to answer it till Monday morning. So don't feel like I'm neglecting you. Just be prepared that, like I said before, I'm giving myself mental space to go ahead and elevate and do what I have to do in my personal life. Other than that, y'all be safe out there, man. And y'all, let me tell you something. Don't believe the hype. Y'all stay safe.